Welcome to another episode on our channel. The other day, it was like a blast from the past. I was looking at Sideshow's Brotherhood of Arms series, and I know I was collecting at that time. These figures were made in the early 2000 time frame, and I do remember seeing a 6th Michigan cavalry figure. I'm originally from Michigan, and I kind of wanted it, but then I didn't because wasn't in love with the head sculpt. And back then, Sideshow was making the best head sculpt, so I couldn't have traded it out for anything. So I passed on it at the time. So originally from Michigan, I would have been an abolitionist because being biracial, I would have been against slavery. I would have been a suffragist, women's rights, women's voting rights, and so forth. In fact, that kind of leads me to a joke told to my husband by an Aussie friend of ours. She shared this joke with him. So it kind of goes like this. It goes, a husband can choose to be right or happy, but he can't be both at the same time. So I guess that's how it goes. He is laughing, by the way. Okay, so I do have a Union soldier. I customized that a while back. You saw the figure. I'll bring him back out after I unpack this figure. But it's all beat up. It was made in 2001, and so this is the 57th Virginia Infantry, Confederate soldier. So it's part of history. It's, like I said, it's very beat up. There's a tear here, but what was kind of cool is it has a price here. It's not a Sideshow price, I'm sure. It was probably a flea market or swap meet market price of $32.95. So someone bought this for $32.95 or maybe bargained it down for a cheaper price. I still wish I could find stuff like this for $32.95 these days. Wouldn't that be something? Anyway, we'll pause and, well, let me open it up and just show you the figure. Then I'll get everything else out and put it on him so we don't have to waste any time with the unpacking process. The box is very much beat up, but that's okay. Now, this is probably the head I like the most. And not because he's kind of almost bald, but because with the picture, he looked quite cool. 1 second, let me get the box back up. So here he is, here, next to a Burden sharpshooter, part of the Union Army. And I guess they were tasked with taking out soldiers and NCOs and artillery crew members. But the green, I saw that way back when. I often wondered why green. It just doesn't quite look right. When you think of Union, you think of blue, but green. My husband was saying maybe it was because they needed to be a little hidden, green for grass, although that's kind of a bold green, but maybe it worked back then. Anyway, so here is the figure, and I very much like the head sculpt on this one, so I'm glad I found this the other day. So we'll pause. Let me get his stuff out so that I can at least show you what he comes with. We'll be right back. So he doesn't come with a stand. And, I don't know what year they finally got rid of these little things that you could put on their feet to stand them up. Plastic. They were transparent plastic little foot holders. And then eventually stands came around, but this does not come with a stand, which is okay because my Union soldier I did something unique with him. I'm going to do the same thing with this guy. So he comes with a hat, which I thought made him look so cool. I'll put everything on after a while, but the hat. This piece of brown material apparently goes under the blanket that he puts around his left shoulder. So that just hangs on his left shoulder across his torso. He has this pouch, and there's a strap. It looks like there's a strap missing where the cup would basically just hang from that strap. He has a scabbard and a bayonet that goes on to the musket, which nothing moves on this thing. Back then, nothing moves. So you got the ramrod to put the gunpowder in and so forth. The hammer, it doesn't go back. You gotta be careful with that. He has an ammo pack, and that just slips over the belt, as does the scabbard. And then a canteen. You know, all these tiny accessories were just so cool way back. They still are. I mean, you know, that's half the fascination with these figures. The 1/6 scale is just adorable, I think. Anyway, so we'll pause now. I'll get everything on him, then we'll get him on a turn tray, and yeah, we'll be right back then. So we are back, and I tried to put him in the same position as I saw the picture. I got it close, and of course I did notice some problems with the figure. He did tell me ahead of time, before the purchase was made, that the scabbard seemed to be coming apart. I don't think that's true. I think the scabbard is actually in good condition. The scabbard has a place where it kind of opens up a little bit, but I think that's so it can slip over the belt. So I think that actually the thing that he thought was a mistake is actually part of the design of the scabbard. So I don't think that's a problem. There is a wraparound that's missing from the bedroll. So that is apparent from the picture. The other thing is that this bedroll is really close to what's in the picture, but the lines are running this way. The lines in terms of the colors of the bedroll are running this way. In the picture, the lines are running this way. So they're in the opposite direction. This has more of a ribbed look than this does. Same color hue, but different design. The other thing is that on the pouch here, there seems to be a gray piece of plastic that holds the cup in place. I couldn't find that in the box. I did have some abandoned, from an abandoned lot, some rusty wire that I had found from way back when. I've been using this on and off over the last few weeks. I did fashion a piece that fits into those two holes so that the cup could be held from the pouch. Seems to work very well. But the most problematic thing with this figure is that the pants here are clearly bright white. These are light gray pants with gaiters. There are no gaiters on this pants. So I'm hoping he has the pants, but I'm afraid that whoever sold this to him got close to what this figure should look like, and he didn't notice the problems. So that's what I think is going on. But I'm hoping he does have the pants. If he does, that's probably the do or die thing is the pants, for me anyway. I love the white pants. I don't like the gray pants. But anyway, we'll put him on a tray so you can get a closer look at him. We'll get a close-up of this first. So let's pause and get set up for everything. We'll be right back. So you can see there's a little plastic piece right here. It's gray. I don't know if you can tell in the picture, but that's what's holding the cup in place. That part is missing. There's a piece that's holding the brown piece of material underneath the bedroll together. It's like an elastic. It looks elastic and kind of makes this more rounded. But this is definitely more ribbed, and the lines are going in this direction, not this way. And you'll see that when we get him on a turn tray. So this is definitely more rounded, more ribbed than what's around his arm and torso right now. It's very flat. But to me, the most disheartening thing is the pants. It's white, it's very long, it fits over his boot, there's a little slit in it, but there are no gaiters to it, and it's very bright white, and he has gray pants on. So we'll pause now, and we'll get him on a turn tray so you can see the details. So here he is, and the bedroll again is not ribbed. It's going in this direction. The color, the lines of color are going in this direction versus this way. It's not very ribbed. It's very flat. It's not rounded. There's no elastic thing here to give it even more roundedness. And again, this is just rusty wire that I put in there to hold the cup, but these pants are gray. And the gaiters are just one piece. They don't even strap in. So, or go over the boot or anything like that. They're just wraparounds. So that's very interesting. But we'll go around so you can see him from different angles. And that wire I put in is really doing a good job holding that cup in place. Everything else seems authentic. The jacket seems authentic. The canteen. He is leaning maybe a little. Yeah, there we go. That's better. The weapon looks authentic. There we go. And yeah, the cup should be there. It was there. The pouch should be there. Was there. The thing around his the other pouch hanging from the side should be there, and it is there. So a lot of things that should be here are here. There are just a few things missing, that's all. So with that, we'll get some tighter close-ups from here on up and then of his face. This blanket didn't look right to me, and it looked too flat. And once I put it on and compared it to the picture, I realized the lines are going in the wrong way. They should be going this way. It should be more rounded, more ribbed. Whoever put this together got really close colors to the blanket. Unless you're really paying attention, you wouldn't notice. This piece was missing. That wire really worked out well in terms of holding the cup. Overall, I like him. I want the white pants. all I can think about is I want the white pants. I want the ribbed, because it's not original to the set, and the purpose of getting it was to get as close to the original. There's even a little piece up here that seems to be discolored, a little chipped with his hat. It's 23 years old. You got to expect some problems, but with wrong pieces on it, that seems to be a deal breaker to me. So I'll be talking to the person who sold it to me and see if I can get a refund for it. All right, so we'll get a close-up of his face. The head sculpt is a touch glossy, but this is not unusual for head sculpts from early 2000. Actually, it's not a bad head sculpt. Here's one last look at our figure. And here are the Confederate and the Union soldiers together. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.